Year Up, and how did you hear about the program, and why did you decide to join?
Okay. Before Year Up, I was going from retail job to retail job, and recently I was working at Best Buy, so in the tablets department, and then I had a daughter, and so I kind of wasn't really. I was at a standstill. I didn't really do much. But a lot of people, a lot of alumni that went to my high school actually came to Europe. So they were telling me basically like how they loved the program and how they got really good jobs now, and it just helped them grow as people. And so my sister eventually sent me, more information about it, because she was a case manager. So she sent me more information about it, and I decided to apply. I was going to apply much sooner, but that's when I had my daughter, and so I was kind of waiting, and it came at a perfect time because in March when the program started, she was 6 months, which is when I said I was gonna try to look for a job or finally be happy with leaving her at home. But and what was that other?
Oh, and why did you decide to join?
Oh, I decided to join because it looked like a lot of people had benefit from it, and so I felt like I was so unsure about what I wanted to do with my life and in work in general, and now I had someone to care for. So I wanted something that actually was stable, something that I could actually go into and learn, and maybe even get a position where I could be there for a while, and actually enjoy it.
You want to ask the next one?
Sure. So you said that you've had some past work experience in retail and customer service. Why did you choose tech? What gets you excited about it? What are you interested in?
Honestly, just being able to. I'm really interested in like coding, and just being able to see something, like to being able to draw something out, maybe like a website or wireframe for something, and actually seeing it like come to life in the computer, and just knowing that I did that. I wrote all those codes in, and I was able to create something, which in tech, which I don't know, I felt like I never imagined that, being able to do that. I just really liked it.
It's pretty cool. Thank you.
So what was your biggest challenge or growth area during learning and development, and what did you do to overcome that challenge?
The biggest challenge I had during learning and development was, at first I didn't know how to manage my time, because I had never been a mother before, and work and have homework, deliverables. It was the first time I ever went through any of that, and so it was a big wake-up call during the first probably like 2 weeks, but I eventually got really good at time management, and I would plan out my day, and I would know exactly what I was going to do. I would make sure that I would take advantage of when my daughter was sleeping to make sure I could do deliverables, and it was just, it really helped me a lot. And so ever since like the first 2 weeks, that's what I've been doing, and I am like really proud to say that I've done all my deliverables, no infractions, and turn everything in a timely manner.
Translating that to internship, now that you kind of have those strategies in your tool belt, how do you foresee yourself continuing to be able to manage your time and move into an internship setting?
I think it'll be even easier just because I feel like an internship, even though I will have a lot to do, I'll be able to use my downtime wisely. Like this week has been able to show me that I know how to use my downtime, which honestly in the past I haven't been really good at. But ever since Year Up, I just like, now that we have no structure, I put like a list to myself, like this is what I want to get done this day. And if there happens to be one thing on the list that I don't end up doing, I'll make sure to put that at the top of the list for the next day. It's just, I feel like it's even better. It'll be even easier to go into internship knowing that I have really good time management skills.
Great. So you mentioned QA,
Mhm.
right? This is what you're interested in. Imagine I know nothing about QA, and that's not far from the truth. I know very little about QA. Explain to me what it is and why you are a strong candidate for an internship in QA.
So QA is basically, as let's say a timeline. There's people, or there is a product, and a company wants to send out a product. They will send it to QA so that they can make sure that the product is well, like, rounded. Like, there's no problems with it, there's no bugs, there's nothing that the creators didn't catch before it is sent out to, like, the customers or to the public. So QA makes sure that everything is, you know, up to par. And so I feel that I would be really good in it, not even just because of time management, but I have really good attention to detail. So I would be able to catch, you know, oh, maybe this coding is wrong, or maybe this part of the product isn't really working as well as the creators wanted it to. I would be able to make sure that everything was working fine.
Awesome. Thank you. That gives me a much better idea. Thank you.
I had a question for you, I just lost it. Okay, so the tech world is fast moving and ever evolving. How do you keep informed about what's happening in the field of tech?
I go on like websites, I'll go on Wired, I don't know, stuff like that. A lot of it is through Facebook too. I get updates, or even through LinkedIn now. Following websites or companies that I'm interested in, such as like Workday or even LinkedIn, has propped up a lot of like new technological inventions or new apps, new programs. So it's really like something that I like to do on my downtime, is just look at that, just to see things that are changing, things that are improving.
Anything super interesting that you found in the last, couple weeks?
There was one that which was, I don't know if it's like, well, okay, it's Uber, basically. They have a family share plan now. So if, say, me and my sister are on it, and she needs to use my account, or she needs to go somewhere, I can make sure she gets there safely, because I get like up-to-date updates on my phone, and it'll show me where she's at and when she gets to her destination. I just thought it was really cool because it's easier to like make sure, especially if it's like at nighttime that you're using Uber, which is mostly, you're able to make sure that your friends or your family members get home safely.
That is neat.
I know.
That's a good added feature.
So is it more important to lead, or is it more important to compromise, and why?
I think it is more important to lead, just because if you have a group of people that all compromise, then I feel like nothing gets done. And I feel like everyone's kind of running in circles, so I feel like it's better to have at least like one or two people that take the lead and like construct everything that will be getting done. And it's not always meaning to be in a bossy way, but just to make sure that everybody's like opinion gets heard, and that work is actually done throughout the day or throughout a set of time.
Have you ever had an experience like that, where you find yourself in a space to, all right, I gotta take the lead here, where we're all just nodding our heads?
I actually did, and the idea that comes to mind was in the first week, or I think it was the second week, after a week. We were in our tech training, and it was a simple thing as find the definitions for these words. And in a group, you'll be able to present it to the class. And I just felt like it was the last class of the day, and nobody really wanted to work, and we had all these words, and it was like, oh, we might not even have to do the presentation, but I was like, but maybe it's best we do the words, because in case he does decide to give us a quiz later. So I did say like, okay, well, you're gonna do these words, you're gonna do these words, you're gonna do those words. Like it's as simple as looking them up on Google. And it just made everything go faster too, because we were able to get the words. We didn't have to present on them, but
Yeah.
it was just nice that we know what the words mean.
Sometimes it's nice for somebody to just take the lead.
Yeah, because we were
Yeah.
all kind of just sitting on our computers, like nothing to do, and I was like, okay, well maybe we should do something.
Yeah, totally. Can you, this is gonna be your last question before the tech demo. Can you give me an example? Actually, no. I would rather hear from you. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years?
In 3 to 5 years,
Yeah.
I would hope to be either a senior QA analyst or still a junior working up, but for sure working up in that field.
Any specific, I'm just curious now, any specific company or any specific
I was
team or area?
really interested in the Workday. I was actually supposed to go to the when we went to go look at the facilities, but I was really sick, so I was really upset because I didn't get to go. But I know there's an alumni. Her name is really slipping me right now, but there's somebody that graduated, I think, in the class two classes ago, that she's a junior QA, and I wanted to kind of get in touch with her, see maybe if I could go tour the place on my own.
Great idea.
Well, my old coachee is there in a QA role.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
we can.
They were actually one of the first